Hey all, this is our lunar pool, our daily reading for the collective for October 27th, Sunday, October 27th, 2019, of course, when the moon transits into Scorpio. Temperance shows for us. This will be our first card out. So the messages, as always, are for any and all signs, and or it could be for any sign, right? And the messages are for the time surrounding and following October 27th, for the time surrounding and following the moon in Scorpio. The moon actually moves into Scorpio that evening, my time anyway. But we'll keep it in mind definitely that that's what's happening during this time period that we're intending to illuminate, right? The moon transiting from Libra to Scorpio. Okay, so we've got in the recent past the Five of Swords, Five of Air, fights, mental battles. Temperance is going to be at the center of the spread. And then the Eight of Pentacles is crossing Temperance. Balance, patience, precision, effortless focus, quiet, effortless focus, crossed with an energy of work, possibly long hours, repetitive work, sort of a monotonous type of work, someone working with their hands, someone earning for their work. And then in the near future, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Air. Again, more focus and possibly action, maybe action in terms of communication. Someone thinking rashly, deciding rashly, planning rashly. Determined, and so charging forward, but speaking, choosing, thinking, speaking too quickly, and possibly being reckless, even hurtful, disrespectful with their words, or harming themselves with deciding and choosing and thinking and forming opinions about things too quickly, maybe. I want one more card. Okay, we've got the Ace of Chalices, Ace of Cups, Ace of Water. As a piece of advice, be open, share openly with others, with someone. Offer a new emotional beginning to someone, or see where one is being offered to you. See the value of that offer, see that it's there. For some of you, there is this offer from the divine coming in. It's a new emotional beginning, and you're either choosing to ignore it, or you don't consciously know it's there. And you're advised to notice it, or again, you could be advised here to offer a new emotional beginning to someone. In the more distant future, beyond this Knight of Swords, which I sensed was actually showing up as reckless and needing to think more carefully, needing to slow down on the beliefs, the opinions one's forming, and the plans one's making, the things one's choosing and saying to someone else as a result, possibly as well. Beyond that, we do have the Eight of Swords as the more distant future. This is someone trapped by their own thoughts, limited by their own beliefs. harboring self-limiting beliefs, right? Blinded to the fact that they are not truly trapped, but that they have convinced themselves that they can't do something or can't progress further than a certain state, can't get beyond a certain emotional, mental state or block. You do have 2 eights showing up here, 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. So a message here that you're well on your way to a state of prosperity. But you're, it looks like on the way there, blocking yourself. The High Priestess, an energy of intuition, secrets, mysticism, instincts, possibly a Taurian or a Piscean energy showing up on the bottom of the deck. So it's as if a lot of you don't, again, really don't see this offer coming in. It may be someone here in the near future, a younger air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or just someone who has a lot to say about the work you're doing, a lot of plans as far as what you or they could do with it. It might be an offer that that individual, that type of individual, is making. Someone determined, someone focused. But it does look like for a lot of you, you too are very focused. You have to be. What you're working on requires a lot of not only long hours, as we said, but precision here. You have to do something just right. You have to do something just so. I think it's very possible that the reason we see the 8 of Swords here in the more distant future is because you're being a little bit too much of a perfectionist about the work you're doing. You could just take the offer that someone else has already made you, or maybe you could make one in return, right? That could be why we see that Ace of Cups in the advice. It's likely telling you that you could share what you've done with more people rather than dismissing what you've done and continuing to work toward perfecting it. That's how you're trapping yourself. That's why you're resisting an offer that is an opportunity for happiness for you, that is a new emotional beginning, or resisting the opportunity to, as I said, return an offer. If someone's made one to you concerning the work you've been doing that isn't satisfactory to you, is there a reason you can't make an offer back? The mental battles, the fights that we see in the recent past could have had something to do with an Aries or someone that you were trying to work with in some way, shape, or form, telling you they're doing one thing, showing that they're doing one thing while actually doing something else. Someone may have been the trickster type in a work situation previously, and that's why you feel like you have to do so much of the work on your own and are being quite a perfectionist about it without, while you're not working in this group or partnership that led to fights for you. I'm going to draw one clarifier on the Knight of Swords for us as well. A lot of you may have had trouble getting yourself to take action in the recent past, and that's why we see mental battles. The 3 of Swords reversed is clarifying this Knight of Swords here. And the decks we're using, this is the Radiant Rider-Waite here, and the Deviant Moon Tarot. If you're interested in the images, this deck, just check out the description down below for more information on all the decks that I use. Yeah, it looks like with the Three of Swords reversed here, that this focused energy of someone who's charging in with plans. Yes, they may be proceeding very quickly. It may feel like proceeding very quickly to you, but it is something that acts as a healing agent for you. So it looks like, as I said, that you've had mental battles in the past because you were having trouble getting yourself to take action. Maybe it was after having left a group and deciding to work on your own for some of you. But you found this balance, this harmony in the work that you're doing, I think, on your own. But you do feel that you have to be very precise about it. You have to do it in just such a way. And so there are a lot of long hours, especially for those of you who are doing this work on your own now, right? And what is going to be a healing agent for you for these mental battles that arise when you do have trouble taking action on your own, right? And for this part of you that wants to be such a perfectionist about all the work that you're doing, is just going ahead and moving forward with plans. Now it's time. Take action. Show your determination through the action you're willing to take rather than the hours you're willing to put in now. Show your dedication to the future plans rather than the perfectionism now, right? Because you're headed toward keeping yourself trapped otherwise. And so this may be someone else coming in and making this emotional offer you should take of plans for the future, where you could go ahead and take your work now without perfecting it further. Or it may be, that the new emotional beginning and offer here that you could both make and accept is one that you can give to yourself through moving ahead with plans rather than sitting and working to perfect. Right? Either way, this is acting as a healing agent for you, this movement forward. And frequent meditation as well. If your mind's spinning and you are making plans and you do feel like you're acting very quickly and you're having to sort of overcome part of you that would choose to procrastinate and take longer, choose to perfect, right, rather than move forward. Frequent meditation is absolutely advised in this card here to help you overcome that as well. And absolutely as what can help you to avoid this Eight of Swords state in the more distant future. This trap. This is a victim mentality. This is feeling like you are a victim of your circumstances, when really you did have the option to act, to accept an offer, to begin again, to set yourself free of that need to make something just right before you move forward. That just might not be what's going to happen in this case. But I see that you've had trouble acting in the past, and it looks like that is absolutely what could heal you in the near future. Probably from this situation where you've had this mental battle, even if it was with others that you were having trouble working with, right? It was a very disappointing situation. There may have been some miscommunication there. But depending on how close you were to the people you were working with, for some of you, it outright broke your heart. And depending what you were working on. So in some way, it's like you're still getting over that time, the issues from that time or what happened in those battles, right? And this is acting as a healing agent for that as well, helping you to move through those issues that catalyzed those fights to begin with. So that's what I see coming through for you, mainly for October 27th lunar pool. We have a couple more clarifying cards, the Two of Cups and the King of Swords. These are your clarifiers for this Eight of Swords in the more distant future. So we do see someone with, somehow this is an issue of emotions versus practicality for you. A heart or head type of decision for you, which I also see here in the Temperance card. Sort of like you love this work you're doing and you feel like you're compromising on it to move forward too quickly in some way, to accept some type of offer that could be happiness and a new beginning for you. It means to compromise the work, maybe. Or if the offer is to partner with someone else, it could be that your heart is interested in the offer. It seems like an emotionally rewarding offer to you, but your head is telling you to remain on the path of working alone and as a perfectionist. And in which case, the advice here is to take this new emotional beginning. So that's how we'll leave this reading. That is the advice, to take the new emotional beginning, whether you're making this offer to yourself or accepting it from someone else, to notice it, to see its worth, its value, and taking action and moving ahead, even if it feels like rushing to you. It looks like what is healing here. If we're talking about something that you've been working on, it looks like you're talented in what you're working on. It's an artistry of some type. But you've been burned in working with others in the past, and so you're being very practical about how you ground it, how you make it a real part of your life, attempt to manifest with it, right? So again, that's where we'll leave the lunar pool for October 27th. I hope that you all make the most of the energy of the Scorpio moon, the moon transiting into Scorpio that evening. Yeah, and thank you so much for all of your support to Lunartics Tarot. As always, it's so very appreciated. All the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and personal orders. If you would like information on ordering a personal reading from me, just scroll down to the description box below. There's the link to donate there. There's all the links to order personal readings are there, as well as my email address, lunartickstarot@gmail.com. And I look forward to doing another lunar pool for us just as soon as I can.